All right, I'm here with crowd favourite Luke Hendrikz. You've got a fight coming up, Luke, and it's been a while since you've obviously got in there and done your job. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. It's on the 9th of November, so it's 4 weeks. But yeah, I'm excited, always excited for a fight. Been working on some new things, so keen to go out there and just have a dip.
Yeah, we're watching one show together. I came to not the last EFC, but the one before that, and you're obviously visualizing yourself back in there again. I know, obviously, fighters crave getting in there into the hexagon, as it is here in South Africa. For you now going into this one, have you had that enough time off to get back into the rhythm again?
Yeah, so my last fight was in July. So I've had a few months, of constantly training, obviously, always staying ready, because they can call you up at any time. You can get a quick 1 month call up. You can tell the guys, ask in 3 days. Saw recently the one guy, Terence, he got a 24-hour notice and he fought and he's just won the title. So it's given me more than enough time off. I'm feeling fit, feeling good, and excited. That's the main thing. I'm just really excited to be in there. It's competition does to you, so I'm excited.
Got a good team here as well. I see Coach Kwan in the background of the shots. Obviously, he had the Apex Gym, Boyd Allen. Talk to us about the training facilities and about everything that's happening here.
We've got our boxing, we've got our jiu-jitsu, we have MMA here, we've got Muay Thai now with Hisham, he's one of our guys. And we've got a good facility. We've got also Pack Labs here with us, the CrossFit guys. So we've got a massive facility here. Training's going good. We've got a good stable of guys as well. Great training. So you can't fault what we got here. It's really good and can only be grateful for what we have and what like Boyd and Tuntus have given us. And also obviously with Richie being our head black belt. So we've got good systems in place, good striking, good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling. So I think all around we got a good gym,
And obviously we miss you in the boxing world. You are gonna, come back to boxing again, and then obviously back to MMA now. Yeah. Your decision making with that, can we just clarify?
Well, so I've always wanted to do both. I've started as boxing with striking, but even when I was doing my boxing training, I've always had MMA training. I've always done jiu-jitsu. I've always obviously not as constant. I've enjoyed the striking more. But all it was where I could get competition. So it wasn't anything of I don't want to box or I don't want to do MMA. At the time when I had my first boxing fight, I think it was 2018. I fought once, and then obviously the rest of the year I was just inactive. There was nothing going for me. So I started the MMA training again, going into just MMA training actually at Fight Fit with Richie and the guys. And then I was moving up and down. I was in between Joburg, in between the East Rand, and then started the MMA training again. And then came up Graham and the guys at EFC, Kara and them. They gave me opportunity. Fought then last year in December. And let's put it this way, I've been basically competing for a year. This is going to be my 4th fight. So the activity is great at the EFC so far. So obviously where it's good, I'm going to stay. And the guys they've been treating me good, giving me opportunities every time. So there's nothing wrong, can't fault them either. Also, I can only be grateful,
All right, let's go to your fight really quickly. Stylistically, would you consider yourself a boxer then in that instance? Or I know you're all-rounder, MMA, all-out athlete, but you said you're coming up against a kickboxer. Stylistically, how does that matchup go for you?
I think it matches up perfectly fine. Every fight, actually, you don't like the thing with MMA. You go in there, you can go in. This guy is a #1 black belt in jiu-jitsu. You're going against a guy who comes from a boxing background. I'm going in with my strength. He's going in with his strengths. But overall, it's MMA. So the fight starts standing. Let's just put it like that. You don't start on the floor. Okay, same thing for me. If I do go to the floor, he's going to be stronger on the floor. If we're standing up, I'm going to be stronger standing up. Then we've also got the wrestling aspects that we can take in. Who's better with defense? Who's better with taking the guys down? So I think it's a perfect matchup. We're both going to go out there, probably throw a bit and see where it goes. I don't think we're going to go to the ground. If it does, see what happens from there. So I just think it's a great fight and I'm keen.
All right, and let's talk about the venue as well, nice and close to home as well, so not too much travel. The EFC used to travel around the country, no longer the case, but does it make a difference to you?
No, not at all. It's literally, like you said, it's in my backyard. We spoke last time at the EFC. I literally live 10 minutes from the PR. So then the gym here, it's also 10 minutes away from there. But I see the guys got some big stuff going on at the moment. They've announced a few things. So the EFC is growing again. And it's great. For any athlete in Africa, not just South Africa, actually all over the world, they've guys that fly in. There's been guys from America that have flown in. They had that Ultimate Fighter thing that they had. They had all those people, some of the athletes that they have own the UFC, top contenders. Cameron, Hendrikz, Timber's there now. Demart, he fought in the EFC. He's fighting in Aries. He's the champ there. We've got Boyd. He's fighting in Risen. There's all the guys. Like, that's the thing I always say. The EFC is doing great for African athletes in general. You know, so even if it did have to go back to traveling, I think that'd also be great. Just go down to Durban, go to Cape Town, you know, go to Pretoria, go compete there. It's good also for guys all over to see that, you know, they can go and go watch the fights. If the fights are just limited to here, you're only going to have the crowd from here basically going to go watch, and then the sport doesn't grow. Whether it's in the east, where it's in going to Pretoria, you're going to Durban, you're going to Cape Town, it opens up more gyms and gives the guys there something to look forward to. You know, so, but at the moment, I think it's great that it's here for me. It's convenient. Yeah.
All right. And I'm assuming that obviously in the EFC, that's where you're operating. At some stage, you're going to want to aspire to be a champion in your division.
Yeah.
How long, what is your career map with that?
Well, right now I'm only 26, so still some time, 4 fights in. Obviously trying to build myself up, you know, you want to build yourself. And, you know, just as fight as much as you can, and then I just let them handle the business. I don't do the admin. They tell me when to fight, sign the dotted line. That's my job. Be ready and be prepared. So that's what I got to do. The rest is up to the guys that are running EFC and all of that. So I don't rush it. Even with my coaches and that, the guys here, we always talk about it. As any athletes, we're not trying to be the best of the best. Like, there's no point in competing. But yeah, we're not rushing anything at the moment. We just, every fight and every opportunity, we're grateful for. We take it with open hands, and then we go forward from there.
Very difficult to visualize because, as you said, you're only 26 years old and you've had 4 fights. But you see someone like the chief of the gym, Boyd Allen, international organization after international organization, and he's competing on a high level. Is that something that you aspire to maybe follow in his footsteps or do something similar?
That would be great to go, and if you can use the sport and travel and go see what it's about, I think that's awesome. Like what we do in terms of boxers, MMA, any athlete, you know, not anyone can just wake up and say, listen, they want you to go to Brazil, or they want you to go to America, or they want you to go to China to go beat some dude up, and you get paid to do it as well. Do you know what I mean? I think it's cool. So it is something that you always aspire to. Like, say, you want to be the best of your best, and if you're the best of your continent, then you want to go test it out somewhere else. You know, if you're better there, you go test it out somewhere else. So it's not like, also haven't really thought of where I want to go or what I want to do. I say at the moment, EFC's treating me really well. I really can't complain. I don't know any other athlete that's got 4 fights in a space of less than 12 months, you know? So keep it up, and we'll just see where it goes from there.
All right, so we're about a month out from the fights. How's the weight going?
Weight's good, everything's good. Weight's good, training's good. Yeah, can't complain at all. And like I say, it's perfect for me that it's so close because everything's for me. The sauna's close for me. I can go to my gym's close. So from even weighing day, I wake up, 10-minute drive from my house, go there. So there's nothing really that's bothering me about it. So everything right now, at the moment, is going good. Really, really good.
Obviously, I know Apex is a separate entity, but Fight Fit Militia is obviously the hub where a lot of the fighters obviously do come from, and it's got great history in MMA. Have you had a chat to all those guys that have come before? Obviously, I'm sure you have.
No, 100%. And at the time, when I first started training at Fight Fit, they literally, I think they had every single belt. There was like, Demart had the bantamweight belt, Boyd had the featherweight belt, Chef had the heavyweight belt. Yeah, they had the middleweight belt. There was a time in the gym where they had all the pictures up. They still do. So it's great to see. And those are the type of guys that we were training with. Like, they were the pro team, we were the amateur team. But we would all have a session together. And yeah, I still speak to all the guys now. Like, we have like Martin, he comes through, he trains here now and then. JP's back. You know, he was in America, he's back here now, and he's back in the mix with the guys. So you got BK, who was also training with us, and he's in one championship. He's also a top contender there now. So I've rubbed shoulders with some of the best guys, you know, at the moment, all over the world. Spoken to them, you know, so it's, the history that gym has, it's amazing. There's no other gym in Africa, South Africa, that has the history that they have. And they're still building guys. The guys that they have that are turning pro and going to worlds and stuff now, guys are all really good and great in overall. You know, not just their pro team, the amateur guys. So everyone there, and also they got great jiu-jitsu, they got good stand-up, they got great wrestling. You know, even the guys that are competing just purely as jiu-jitsu guys, they're doing really well as well. So the gym's still growing and still doing their thing, you know.
All right, and are you at that point in your career that you can be a Mystic Mac and, you know, predict which round you're going to win and how you're going to win? Are you there yet? I
wouldn't say a Mystic Mac, but I'm just going to go out there and, you know, have some fun. So we're going to see what happens. I'm not going to try and predict anything, because if you don't, then you look like a clown. But honestly, I do think it's going to be a good fight. Like, really, all in all, that's always what I can promise everyone. I lost my last fight, but it wasn't a boring fight. You know what I mean? The guys were entertained. That's what you're going out there to do. At the end of the day, you're going out there to give it your best. Like, obviously, not going there to go lose. Let me rephrase that. But go out there, give the crowd what they want. People are paying to be there. You know, you're getting paid to be there. So put everything in there. Go out on your shield. That's what I always want to do. Yeah.
Okay, so Luke Hendrikz by first round armbar submission.
By flying triangle.
Okay, the most difficult ones. Okay, cool. So we'll execute on day. But for the people out there that come out and support and watch you, obviously you got a big family here at the gym, and you got a lot of, I'd say, pressure on you as well, because a lot of your clients and stuff want to watch you. What's your message for them?
You know, always just grateful for everyone. Also, a lot of the guys they're good to me leading up to the fight, before the fight. They always, you know, sending you messages at the gym. Guys are all keeping you up, keeping you honest. They say to you, how's the weight looking? How you feeling? So, you know, you always got that, and it's good pressure, because you need that. It keeps you awake. You know, there's never time you can slack. You know, you got people that are going to come up to you and randomly just be like, hey bro, how you feeling for your fight? And, you know, it's great for us as athletes to have that, because not a lot of guys have it. You know, especially like you said, we got a community here. Some guys, you know, they wake up, they go to training, they go home. There's no one that's on them like that, you know. We got our guys. I got Boyd on me, I got Mpo on me, I got Hish on me. Like, those are just the close guys, you know. Then I've got everyone in the gym, all the guys that train, all the guys that don't even train, guys in general that you know, because you know everyone at your gym. You're not like, I don't think there's guys that I don't know here. So you get a guy will send you a message before on the groups, you're getting messages, you know, jits and boxing group. There's guys saying to you, hey, good luck. The guys, we put the fight here, we stream it here for the guys. So if people come and sit here and watch, so it's great. I just want to say thank you to everyone, and let's keep the ball rolling. Yeah, you guys are in for a show. That's the final one.
Alright, so there we go. We got the message from you. You know, I'm gonna try to be in attendance as well. If Kotso hooks me up with that ticket there to come through as a media. Luke, all the best for the fight. Obviously, we'll see how it goes on fight nights, and yeah, MMA is very unpredictable. I mean, I can watch boxing. I can tell you most of the time 90% who's gonna win, but MMA, I'm not there yet, but I'll get there. More interviews with you, and we'll start talking MMA.
100%. Yeah, it's very unpredictable. Like I said, because you've got your 3 different aspects of it. It's not just your striking. You got your striking, you got your wrestling, you got your jiu-jitsu. So a guy could purely win on subbing you and holding you down, keeping position. If a guy does that to you for 3 rounds, or if it's a five round fight, if he does that to you for 5 rounds, he's gonna win. You know, a guy could tap you out. You know, you could be pumping him in stand up for however long the fight is. Last round, he pulls off a miracle in the last minute. Do you know? Leon Edwards, he was getting pumped by Kamaru Usman. Last minutes of the fight, literally, he was losing every single round. Head kick, he wins the fight. You know, so there's always, like I say, it's very unpredictable. So you just got to stay awake at all times. That's it.
Head kick dead. Headshot dead. Yeah, lovely. I love that one. Lastly, from your side, any last words, thank you, shout outs for anybody?
Just always a shout out. Thanks to all the guys who always support me, that are there at the events, that answer the events, guys that are watching at home. Also to the guys who always sponsor me and step up to the plate. You know, it goes a long way for us, because obviously we also work in day jobs, you know, and then to get that extra help, you know, it really goes a long way. Us as athletes always appreciate it. And yeah, 9th of November, let's go.